Today on Drawbli,
we are looking at the art of Jie Chen.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we are self-taught artists documenting our drawing adventures because art is better when shared with friends.
So click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And let's check out some really cool artwork from Jie Chen. We're going to be looking at quite a few different pieces here, maybe about 20-ish of them, all in range of styles and color and variations of all sorts, starting off with something maybe a little more sketchy, but a really fun silhouetted figure. I think these are some of the earlier works that we're starting off with first, and then we'll get into some more recent stuff.
I love this line work already. These are very confident lines that communicate everything that you need to see.
Right.
The most simple.
Yeah, they're so simple, yet they communicate so well.
And the proportions and volumes feel very accurate, even from like a quick little study, which these appear to be very fast studies. Although something like this, it may look sketchy, but I feel like this would have, look at all these complex accessories. That must have taken a while to actually get those on there and have those feel accurate.
Still feels very sketchy though, overall. Mm-hmm. But, and the colors feel like they were, there's not a lot of rendering going on here.
Yeah. It's
pretty flat for the most part. There's some shading on the skin or on that sock or the arm, but for the most part, relatively flat. But I love the color choices, the colors in that and the colors in this and the brush strokes here. This kind of rake brush style, I'm always a huge fan of.
Yeah, I know. I see that in a lot of art and I really, really like it. Look at the lips of this character. Look at all the color variants we get just in the lips.
Oh yeah, that bottom lip, the green.
With the green and the red. And
it blends together so well. It's so subtle that it just reads really nicely.
Yeah, I'm trying to practice looking at these sketch marks and imagining making them myself.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And comparing them to what I would draw myself. So it's super interesting to look at them and think, oh, would I have left it like that? But oh my gosh, it just really, really works. Where I get lost in this technique is typically around more complex areas like the eyes. But it's really fun to look at, say, the nose or the ears and start to gather slowly little ideas and inform how I might also quickly sketch a nose and have it have form.
Love that, because that's exactly what we aim to do on these artist adventures. Slow down and really try to analyze other artists' artwork and think about how we could achieve them for ourselves. I thought this was so cool to see the reference that they were using and how they kind of translated that into their own style.
Oh yeah, that's really, because it's not even the same direction that they're looking from it. What, maybe proportional information is what they took from the reference?
I think they took a lot from the reference in terms of colors being used. Obviously they had a lot of freedom with the hair and the eye color being different. You can see the mole still down here on the chin.
Some of the freckles.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's more about taking inspiration rather than a direct reference. I think this is another really good example where it's this character, which is maybe from Peter Pan, I'm not sure, but they have so many freckles on their face, yet this one has much less. It's just ooh, freckles, that's a great, inspiring, almost like taking the word.
Kind of an impish smile, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very cool.
I thought this character's face was awesome.
Yes, I love this. This is definitely just a face that feels like this person does not struggle with that same face syndrome.
No, they really don't.
That you see from some artists.
No, I really love how everything feels so unique and different from each other, yet in that same kind of realm. I also love how good they are at keeping things rough in terms of the actual paint that they're doing. Even the lines, these feel like they weren't spent, they didn't spend days on these, right?
Right.
They feel relatively rough, but the roughness still feels polished.
What I'm seeing, for example, on that character's leggings or... these are really, really cool.
Yeah, I know.
And I guess I don't see it here, so maybe I'll hold my... is a simple gradient on the leg. You see the simple cell shading, and then we see a gradient applied from the thighs up. And I wonder if that little, finishing touch, if that might have a nice impact on a kind of polished look. I might have to remember that and try to add that myself.
Maybe. You've been talking about gradients a lot lately, so that could be something to look into. But overall, a lot of their stuff is, like, these feel really polished.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
rough,
say, I
but
just
polished.
undo what I said, I guess.
Yeah, like flat, but not completely flat. Like,
Yeah.
it's a really beautiful style that's hard to kind of nail down what makes it feel so polished, yet sketchy at the same time, which I think is something that a lot of artists are actually trying to capture, which is carrying that sketchy feel through to the end.
Yeah.
This is definitely more polished in terms of line art, like if you're looking at...
Or lack thereof, if you look at the back of her head under her braids.
Yeah, but there definitely is some line art going on.
It's
here,
actually
for sure.
very interesting to see that they've chosen to include and not include line art in different parts of this piece.
Like the hair specifically.
Yeah, and the crop top as well.
Yeah, maybe to help de-emphasize those areas. Yeah, that is really interesting.
Huh.
But this titular style from this artist, I'm just a huge fan of.
Yeah, wow. I really am fascinated with artists like this, how they do their lighting around the cheekbones. You see, like, shifts in hues, but it doesn't feel like an airbrush. It feels like subtle gradient shifts at times that almost like are layered, stratified.
Yeah. And it's a thing that I've aimed to do many times myself. And, with varying degrees of success.
Yes. Oh, this astronaut is just so cute and lovely. I love that the curl of hair over there is done with like a rake brush too.
Yeah, I know.
Just super fun.
And if you want to be cute and lovely, you should click that like and subscribe button.
And check out our guidebook, How to Easily Draw Every Day, at the link below in the description.
And this is the part where we say...
Goodbye.
Goomba. All right, Abby, you're an astronaut. You've been sent on a mission to a distant, faraway place in outer space. Where is it?
Oh, definitely not that planet in Interstellar with the wave.
Yeah, that'd be a bad one to go to.
That would be awful.
Especially since it's next to a black hole. You go down there, you're gone for like 50 years.
Yes, or longer.
Or longer.
Too much to think about.
Space is scary.
Space is terrifying.